the Interesting Conversations with Interesting People podcast series with author Nigel Beckles.
Welcome to the podcast.
Please like the podcast and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. The very best way to promote your podcasts. Podpage makes it easy to create a podcast website with just a few clicks. Every page is optimized to be found on Google and it stays up to date forever. For more information, visit podpage.com. The future of podcast promotion.
Have you experienced several failed relationships or been through a divorce? How can you avoid making the same mistakes again? How to avoid making the big relationship mistakes is out now.
Hi, my name is Nigel Beckles. My new book is packed with practical and common sense strategies that you can use to make better relationship choices.
Now you can discover the dangerous myths about love. If your relationship expectations are realistic, why you could be falling in love for all the wrong reasons.
How to avoid making the big relationship mistakes. It's a book that could change your life.
Available from amazon.co.uk. Kindle version also available.
Get ready for takeoff.
Welcome back to my Interesting Conversations with Interesting People podcast series. My guest for this episode is a certified motivational speaker and the creator of the Plan Life According to You program, American Andrea Mason. Hi, Andrea. Welcome to my podcast series. How are you?
I'm doing well, Nigel. Thank you so much. And I will preface, I love listening to accents, so I can listen to you all day. It's very comforting, very soothing.
Flattery will get you everywhere. Where do you live at the moment?
Right now, I'm in northeastern United States in the metropolitan area. So I am doing well. But to piggyback off of accents, we went to Ireland a few years back. And although they were sarcastic, it was melodious. Their dialect, their accent was just, I could listen to them all day. So it's awesome.
Yes, the Irish do have a very soothing accent. I have to agree. Now, I understand you work in the field of personal development. So where did you study and which qualifications have you obtained?
Yes. So I studied social work and psychology, social work to gain cultural diversity and to understand all the differences that this beautiful world has to offer, and psychology based on the science to understand and get a little bit more knowledge of why people do and what they don't do. And the reason why I went into that industry was because I was born in Colombia, South America, during the cartel, the war-torn drug zone era at its prime. And my parents made the ultimate sacrifice to put me up for adoption. And in doing so, I arrived to the promised land, that of America, at 11 pounds, 11 months old. And at the age of 7, my family was able to share with me that I was adopted, that I was a treasure to them and a gift. And unbeknownst to me, it was both a treasure and tragedy. Treasure for having a second chance at life. Tragedy because I had to craft and learn my own identity, as I don't remember or have any knowledge, recollection, or info about my biological parents. So that's what kind of steered me into those categories of social work to understand cultural diversity, and psychology to understand the neuroscience behind, why we do what we do.
So what were the other challenges you faced then when you discovered you were adopted?
Some of the challenges that I experienced was not fitting in. I was born into an Irish-Italian family. I spoke differently. I dressed differently, and my physical features, let alone, were different than my parents. And by the grace of God, my parents were able to instill in me at a very young age, Andrea, no matter what you do your best, act with integrity, and do what you love. And Nigel, that is still resounds in my ear to this day and allows me to be where I am today. Global motivational speaker under the mentorship of Mr. Les Brown, as well as a personal accountability coach, professional organizer, and entrepreneur.
Well, I wanted to ask you about being a personal accountability coach. What type of things do you help your clients with?
It's a myriad of different things. See, when I was growing up, I struggled in my school age and career years. Why? Because I learned differently from other individuals. A lot of students read manuals, read textbooks, and are able to gain some concept of how to do things. Me, on the other hand, I learned from being visual. I had somebody sit there, show me what to do it self-observation, do it hands-on, and then master that craft. And so being a personal accountability coach, I learned effective communication skills, interpersonal skills, effective listening, and to take people where they are right now and where they want to go. And I guide them along the path less traveled by following their heart and not the herd, following their passion and choosing the path less traveled of planning a life according to them, which I created Press Play, Plan Life According to You, learning how to take the schools and gifts that you have deep within that was given to you and how to use them.
Yeah, you mentioned the Play program, Plan Life According to You. How does that support people with achieving their goals?
So the journey of play allows people to be their authentic self. I don't dictate. I don't lecture. I listen. I learn. So, for example, if you come to me and say, you know what, I really want to enhance my quality of life, and my goal is to lose X amount of pounds and adopt new healthy habitual rituals. I say that's excellent. Let's create a strategic plan that's measurable, that's realistic, and that doesn't have a deadline. See, Nigel, when we put deadlines on dreams, we're setting ourselves up for failure. Our dreams are destinations while we embrace the journey towards getting there. And when we learn how to act with patience, but yet still have perseverance, that's when the dreams are made. A lot of people want instant gratification, these immediate response. And my response is that of the cliches. A tree doesn't grow overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. And so what I acquire in my guidance through the life journey called Press Play, I'm like a caregiver or a parent per se, holding on the back seat of a bicycle and allowing you to steer your path towards success. And I'm just keeping you in alignment and allowing you to stay on that path no matter what.
Well, it's interesting that you mention not setting deadlines on your goals, because that reminds me of the SMART system. Specific, right. Measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. And as you say, people are quite into this instant gratification kind of culture these days. And as you say, tree doesn't grow overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. The cliches go on.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Andrea, how can people access your program materials?
So for those of you listening, grab your phones and go to your email and type in my email address, am.pressplay@gmail.com, and type in Nigel Beckless, and you will receive your complimentary session from me to get you started pressing play in the game of life. I do also have social handles of Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And I am proud to say with my due diligence, I'm just 12 shy of 300 videos on YouTube with effective content, tapping into the elements of forgiveness, mental health, emotional balance, relationships, you name it. I've covered it all. And I'm bring content every single day to our listeners.
Well, you sound like a very busy lady. What other activities are you involved with?
Yes, so I do one-to-one coaching through the Press Play, Plan Life According to You. I am featured on several podcasts and interviews worldwide. And I am in the process of actually getting into gear into helping those countries who are limited financially and developing segment of teachings for them as well, because I have spoken in Africa, the Middle East, and I really want to pay homage to those countries who are yearning for education, just don't have the funding.
So, Andrea, what are your plans for the future?
My plans for the future is going to these countries in person, meeting those individuals and helping them meet their fullest potential, speaking and connecting with the individuals on the other side of the screen and sharing my stories and allowing them to share their stories. Each of us has a story, And through our failures and fortunes, we can help others see the light for those who are in the dark.
So how can people contact you?
Absolutely. So again, they can go to their email, type in am.pressplay@gmail.com, type in Nigel Beckles, and you will receive your complimentary session with me to let you get started in pressing play, plan life according to you in this amazing game of life.
Andrea in the USA, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. Another In Conversation podcast coming soon.